I'm going to set up the water softening system. They come with the brine tank, and on the brine tank, it's going to have either a Jayco fitting like this on the outside, or some of them come with a quick connect. On the inside here, you'll see a little bag that has the insert. This here will go into the end of the tubing, and this will just unscrew from the side. Be real careful when you take this off because there's two fittings in there. And you'll see a white one there. And on the back side, you'll see a black one there. So the tube, Adam's going to put that on. When you put that in, the fittings will be on the inside. So the black, make sure the beveled end is going towards the connection. And then the white one butts up against it. And then the insert goes into the end. Then you make the connection back onto the brine valve. You want to turn that all the way until it stops, and then make sure you get it good and tight, and it only needs to be hand tight, but all the way until it stops. The bottom here is a little mounting screw. Just make sure that is tight there. Brine line then will connect to the top of the water softening system, and that's going to be this connection right here. You can see that is a quick connect fitting. So this here, the tube can go behind and bring the line up here. You can cut some of that excess off. If you don't have a knife like this, just even a razor knife makes it nice and easy. You just want to make sure you don't use dikes where it would compress the tube together. Make sure it's good and straight. Connects into the fitting, stops, then pushes in and locks in, pull out, and make sure you're all set. This is the drain line flow control. This is held in with the red clip. You can see around the corner, this just comes out. You'll also see attached to that is a little insert. If you're using a flexible line, this just pulls out. Or you can use 1/2-inch PEX. Any type of 1/2-inch tubing can go into there down to the drain. I'm just going to go ahead and use the tubing that we have here, which is a drain line tubing. All you're going to do is unscrew the nut off of the drain line flow control. This will just slide onto the end like that. Just go ahead and put the insert in the end. That goes in there, and that just stops the tube on this. If you're using PEX, you don't need that, but if it's there, you can put it in. Then you want to put the flow control on the end, push that all the way down, and then just tighten the nut. The key thing when you're putting this on is go all the way until it stops, hand tight, and then hold on tight and turn that one more time all the way around. That way you'll make sure that the fitting is on good and tight. So this will connect back up to the opening. You can see there on top, that just pushes down in. The red clip goes back into place, pushes in, and that's locked in. This will then connect down to the floor drain or a standpipe. Now we're going to start the softening system up. We're going to program that. We have the transformer that's plugged into the outlet up there. When you plug it in, you'll see it'll start flashing 12 o'clock. So the first thing we do is hit the button that says set clock, and the hour will start flashing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set the time. It's 11:48 right now, so we hit the down arrow and go to 11. Hit the set clock button, and then you can just count backwards and go to 48, and it's set clock. Now the time is already set, then we need to program the system. The first thing you're going to do is push the next and the up arrow at the same time and hold it until the screen changes. It's 20 grains. The hardness in this particular area is 15 grains, so we're going to go down to 15 and then hit next. 14 is an override that is automatically down until it shows off. We turn that off and then hit next. The next is the regeneration time. It's 2 o'clock a.m. So we just hit next. That's the minute, and next. It'll then go to C2 and then back to time of day. The next thing we're going to do to finish the programming is the next and the down arrow together for 5 seconds or until the screen changes. And now it says softening, so we hit next. 32,000 grain capacity, we go to 30 and hit next. 12 pounds is correct, go to next. And next again, and it says AUR. Next again, shows the post fill. Next again, shows the brine. Next again, shows the setting is locking in. And back to C3 and back to time of day. Now the system is completely programmed and all set and ready to go. All we need to do now is to put the system into service. So the first thing we're going to do is turn the main water on that's been off to the system, and we'll gradually turn that on. Now we have to backwash and clean the system to make sure everything is purged. So we're going to push the regen button and hold that for 5 seconds or until the screen starts to turn. And then now it goes into a backwash for 8 minutes. Once that starts to count down, this is the bypass valve. You just slowly open the bypass valve just a little bit until water starts to go. What we're going to do is purge the air out of the system, make sure that is purged and the bed is clean, nice and clear water coming out. So this is going to take a few minutes. As the water starts to come out of here and the air, we'll purge that. We'll gradually open the bypass valve until we can open it until the full position. So now you can see water starting to come out. The water can be a little discolored from the resin in the tank. So that's normal, and you can see it starting to clear up and we're getting a full flow of water. Once the water is coming out full flow, then all you do is slowly go into the full service position, and that shows the flow of the water going in. And then this is the outside, which we have shut off right now until the system is completely flushed, and that shows the soft water going out. So we're going to let this run until it's clear. Every location is going to have either a softening system. It could come in different sizes based on the quality of the water. Some where areas the water is extremely hard, it would be a larger system. In worst case scenario, it could be a twin alternating system to where their water quality needs to treat the entire store, not just the soft water for the RO system. Once this cleans up and starts to run fully, you'll see the unit is in the backwash position. What we'll do is push and hit the regen button. But then we'll go to its brine rinse cycle. As soon as that starts counting down, we hit the regen button again. And then it's going to go to another backwash. This is important to make sure the water is clear, and you can see it is clear coming out of the drain line. We'll let that rinse for a few minutes. Then we'll push the regen button again, and this is going to give what we call a rapid rinse, which gives it that final rinse to make sure everything is clean, all set and ready to go. Once that is done, we push the regen button again. Then it'll start counting down from 7 minutes and 52. And that's when it's going to put water back into the brine tank to make sure everything is set for the next regeneration. Once that starts counting down, you push the regen button again. It'll go to softening, and what it's doing is setting itself to go right back to the final setting. And once it does that, it goes back to time of day. The nice thing with the system is once it's programmed and set up, everything is automatic. It's all demand metered based on the water usage. The only thing that has to be done is periodically add salt to the brine tank.